Hey everyone, welcome. I'm going to be answering any questions you might have about maybe cool abandoned places you want to go to and explore, maybe near you. I do travel quite a bit all over the country, and it would be more than fun to share some of those experiences with you if you guys are looking for some cool places to explore. Beyond that, I'm going to be doing live feeds like this every now and again to answer questions. I get a lot of emails that I just can't ever, get to a lot of the times. I'm traveling a lot and it's just really hard to write people back. So I do get your emails when you write me. It's just really hard to get back to you all. So I'm going to start doing some live streams like this just to maybe answer some questions. And you guys can, I'm live right now in my place. It's kind of a low-key night for me. I'm flying out early in the morning to go explore some cool places. A new abandoned amusement park. It's going to be really cool. I'm really excited. But you guys can, you can comment here live, and I will type you back or tell you or answer any questions you might have. I'm going to go get some water, and I'll be right back. Done. All right, I'm back. All right, hello. Let me see something here. All right, well, I'm going to be flying up. Oops, hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to be flying out early in the morning to a new abandoned place. I'm excited to share it with everyone. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys haven't picked up my books yet, I have 2 published books right now. My first one was on carpet bombing culture out of the UK, called Autopsy of America. Hopefully this isn't backwards, but if it is, that's what it's called. It's a nice book, pretty thick, over 200 pages. And you can get this for about $20 now. Target online, Walmart online, my website, sephlawless.com. But they did a really good job. I mean, the images are so big and so nice, and it's a really nice book to have. This is probably my best-selling book. It's been out the longest. My second published book is All Abandoned Amusement Parks. So if you like that, check out this book. This is on Skyhorse. This is my new publisher for my next 5 book titles. I signed an ongoing contract with them. My next book with them is going to be All Abandoned Malls, and I'm currently doing that now. So it's taking a lot of time to edit all of those images, and we're currently doing that right now. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. I've been getting a lot of questions on my latest post on Instagram about an abandoned house that I put up. A lot of people wanted to know where it's at. That was in PA, Pennsylvania. Cloudersport, kind of north, in the northern part of the state. It's being rehabilitated. Someone bought it, fixed it up, and supposedly it's supposed to be great. Okay, someone just said, hey, I love your book. Thanks to you, I could get it from Argentina. Yeah, see, a lot of people ask that. They go, well, can I get your book? You should be able to get the book all over the world. There shouldn't be a problem. These are major distribution here, Ingram. So it shouldn't be an issue. You can get it at small bookstores, major retailers, like I said, Walmart, Target online, Barnes & Noble, of course, and of course, Amazon. People, told me that they have trouble getting it in different parts of the world, but you shouldn't at all. So if you do, write me and let me know, and I'll get the publisher on it to hopefully fix that for you. You should have no problem getting it. And if you do, you could always get it through my site. I'll ship worldwide too, and I'll even sign it for you. That's on my if you go to my website and hit the right-hand side up there and you go down, you'll see signed copies of both the books, and I'll sign them, not for much more than what it is, and I'll just ship it out to you directly. So we could always do that too. So I'm really glad you got that down in Argentina. I can't wait to go to Argentina. I've been, for some reason, I kind of know why. I got a lot of fans down in Brazil and South America. And I didn't really know for a long time why, but a couple of years ago, my abandoned Disney images went viral, and for some reason, it really took down there a lot. So, it was just interesting the other day, Instagram notified me that or when I looked at the statistics of my followers, just about half are United States and half are South America. So it's pretty cool. Brazil in general, Brazil and Argentina, my largest fan base, at least on Instagram. And so Instagram also notified me that I'd been on Instagram since late 2011. I just can't even believe how long that's been on Instagram. It's changed quite a bit, that platform, for sure. So if you have any more questions, you can write them down here. You can, if you're on Instagram right now, I know some people are DMing me and writing me right now. Just there we go. All right. Well, like I said, those are my 2 books. A lot of people also want to know what I use when I make my videos. YouTube videos, not like this, of course, but when I travel, and I started doing a lot more videos now. You'd be surprised what I use. I'll tell you what I use and how light it is and how light I have. This is charging part of this, okay? But this is my drone from DJI. Now, this is a great drone they sent me. DJI is a great company. I tried it out, and I really fell in love with it, mainly because of the compact size. And let me show you just how compact this is. This is how it is. I mean, it could fit literally in your pocket. It's got this little case right here. And when I travel, I have to travel very light. I don't really like to check bags because, I like to just get out of the plane and just go. Or if I'm going into tight squeeze fit or whatever, sneaking into places, I don't need a lot of stuff. But this drone is really, really cool. It has a tracking device on it, so I could send it up. Actually, I never tried this, but supposedly once this is on, you could just throw it up and it just will start to hover. It's pretty cool, just like a bird. But the cool thing about this, it will actually track me. So I could just have this up and it's tracking me in real time while I'm down taking pictures. So it gives it kind of a cool kind of view to it. Now, that gives me great shots, right? I could show you how great a big a place is from a drone shot, which is really cool, which is why I like to do this so much. And here's the controller for it. So this isn't the only part, but this is the smaller part. It's plugged in. I'm charging it because I'm going to use it tomorrow. But your phone hooks right to it, your iPhone or Android, and it's really cool. This drone was given to me, but it's very cheap for a drone. I think it's like $600. So if you like DJI, it's one of the best drone companies out there. I used to sponsor Alltel Robotics. They're also a really good drone. Their drone is just a little clunky and a little big for me. The camera quality is a little bit better though. So I still use that sometimes, but this is really good. It holds up well in the wind and all that stuff. And then also I use this. I use another product from DJI. It's just a stabilizer, and it's a kind of a cheap stabilizer too. This is the first model of it. And basically what it will do is it keeps your iPhone really still. So your video stabilized. Mobile now, different versions. There's a cheaper version now as well for this. So the drone and this, my iPhone, and then of course my camera are the main things that I use when I make my video. So generally speaking, it's all pretty low cost stuff. I mean, if you were to add it up, it's under $1,000 to produce the videos that I produce for YouTube, which are not that bad, right? They're not the greatest. But the thing is, just in some of the videos that I've uploaded, just my last one, the biggest abandoned mall in the world, that's only been up maybe, I think, approximately a month now. Well, a German TV show reached out to me just last week, and they want to use part of that for their show. So, you could do something very insignificant, very, just a little YouTube video with not great software, nothing crazy, and you could really kind of gain some traction, and people might see it online and want to share it. So that's pretty cool. So that's going to be debuting on this German television show. Evidently, it's a really popular German television show. I never heard of it, obviously. But that should be exciting. Once I get that link, I will share that with you. And if you have any other questions, let me know. It is Saturday and approximately 7 o'clock. And I'm not doing much tonight. I'm going to be flying out early in the morning to go to a new abandoned amusement park. It's not one that you've seen anywhere else, and it's really, really cool. I'm really excited. I'm going to be shooting video and photographs. I probably won't do live because one of the things that I've had issues shooting live video is I'll be shooting live video there. And there's some people online that like to try to get me in trouble, and they call the cops, and they're there within just a matter of minutes. So you can imagine I'm not going to take that risk. I can't always do live video because of that. I wish I could. The last time and a couple times, what I'll do is I'll finish everything up, and just before I leave, I'll do a little quick video and try to run out of there before the cops come. But I can't tell you how many times that has happened, where I know people are calling the local police in the district of where it's at, and they're just saying, "Hey, this guy's there, go get him." And I think it's just competitors. I mean, it happens quite a bit to me, unfortunately. It's such a shame. Well, thank you. Got your comment. I love hearing from you guys. It's great. And one of the reasons I want to start doing little live streams like this is to just answer any questions you guys have. You know, a lot of the times I get emails, so, hey, is there a cool abandoned place I can go explore near me? Or, you know, in Ohio, let's say, because a lot of people know I'm from Ohio. But I travel all over the place. So there's a good chance you live in Kansas City and you go, oh man, is there a cool abandoned mall over here? All you have to do is comment, write me, and I'll do my best to get back to you. I know it's hard to get back to all the emails, and I don't check a lot of my messages a lot, and it just kind of gets clouded. I hate not being able to do that. I don't want you to think I'm a dick. I'm not. But this might be a better way to get like a real response when you want it, and therefore you don't have to, wait. So yeah, so that's kind of how I wanted to do this. I wanted to open up a dialogue with my fan base and people that just like to explore and that might want cool places to explore. Maybe you're unsure. Maybe one is you're not sure if it's still standing. One of the worst things any explorer will tell you is you travel somewhere 10 hours, let's say in a car, or God forbid you fly somewhere, and then you get there and you think it's there because you saw so many images online, and you think it's there, but it's not. And then you just waste a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources, and you don't have to do that. There's a good chance I'll be able to tell you if, in fact, that particular place is still there. And if I'm not sure, I'll just flat out tell you. So I would like to express that to you guys. So young explorers out there just starting, or if you just want to do it for fun and you're not sure, all you do, leave a comment on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty good at connecting with that. And when I do live feeds like this, you can clearly ask me, and I'll answer that publicly. And we got something else. Have you ever had paranormal experiences in those places? That's a real common question that I get. I've had experiences where I just couldn't explain what was happening. I'll give you some examples. There was one I think that I talked about in press interviews before was I've shot really dark places, right? And the photographs are obviously dark, and shot in high resolution and different things, but I couldn't really see what was there until I got home and started editing. And there's been a couple times where I'm editing the images and I see a dark figure like in the back. That now at home, once I'm home and safely at home, there was someone there watching me. Now I don't know what that was. Was it a shadow person? I don't even know. Was it a real person? Either way, it's kind of frightening. So that happens more often than not. So that's always been kind of a scary thing. And the other thing that I've witnessed a few times was just things that just really, really weird sounds, right? And most of the time people say, oh, you're crazy. You go to these places completely alone. But the reason I do that is more for my safety. I think it adds a compelling component, especially with the video. I know a lot of explorers will go in like a team kind of dynamic, and I think it's fun. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of that. I've had some friends that want to go with me that aren't traditional explorers at all. And I just think the response that they'll have, where I'm going to take them, will be interesting in itself. But for the most part, it adds a very eeriness, kind of real dramatic thing if you're there alone, because you're truly vulnerable in that space. And there's just something about documentaries I've seen over the years where someone will go into a place, set up a tripod, film, move, set up a tripod. But it's just such an intimate thing as a filmmaker to do. That's why I always really like to do it. The other reason is I like to be in control of my surroundings. If I'm in a place, I know what the sound is. Now, if I'm with a couple people, like I've had Fox News follow me around with
videographers following me. We filmed Viceland. By the way, if you want to watch a really cool abandoned show, it's on Hulu right now. You can just go to Hulu, look Abandoned. I'm on the first episode of that. We do abandoned malls, and I worked on a series. They used a lot of my viral projects for different episodes. Six Flags, we went to abandoned Six Flags. Detroit, of course, a Packard plant. And then several other places. North Wilkesboro Speedway, the NASCAR track that went viral in 2015. So we went to a lot of places like that. And when I'm traveling with a film crew like that, if I hear a noise, I don't know if that's someone that's there to harm me, someone that's in the building, a derelict or something else, or if it's the film crew behind me or the lighting guy or the sound guy. So I don't generally like to travel with a lot of people. That's why I like to go alone. To me, it's just flat out safer. I like to have a better, bearing than my whatever, Here's some more. Yes, you're crazy. That's why we love you. You do what we can't. Well, see, that's cool. See, I do like that. I do have a large fan base, which I'm very appreciative for, that are, the age demographic is from 20 to 40 and above, and it cuts across like I don't think any other explorer out there. And I think mainly that is because I've been around for a while doing this. But the best part of that is a lot of them want to go to these places, but they just don't feel safe, or they know it's dangerous, and they kind of live vicariously through my explorers. And I love that. I think that what sets my following and my fan base apart from others. And I'm really appreciative of that, 100%. And and there's someone says, "Is your name Joseph?" Well, we can get into that a little bit later and other live streams, of course. My real name, this is a pseudonym one I use, Seph Lawless. And basically, my real name and all of that is going to come out eventually. We're going to be doing an autobiography, a book about not only the real life things that happens in my life and how I transpired into using a pen name. It all started very, very, innocently. We all started on social media. We all use handles, and that's how I started. So a lot of people think that maybe I've done this before social media. Social media actually catapulted what I do in a way that I never thought imaginable. I mean, I just started sharing images on Instagram in 2011. Let's go that far back. The app itself was in the earliest stages. It was in the infancy of the app, and I was reaching people all over the world just sharing images. And so my handle just kind of took off. It helped me, going into places and not using my real name. But then again, I was on TV a lot. My face was recognized quite a bit. So then it became kind of pointless. As it stands now, it's just a pen name, just like Stephen King or J.K. Rowling. That's not their real names either. That's a pen name. It's connected to their body of work. So let's see what else we got here. What makes you the best explorer out there? I don't like to say I'm the best explorer out there. I'm one of many explorers out there. And exploring genre has been around for a long time. And there is a lot of good explorers out there. I've been doing it a really long time. I think the thing that separates me from other explorers is there's a poignant kind of, message attached to my work, right? I'm not just showing you beautiful abandoned places. I am to a degree, but I'm trying to look at things a little differently. I think that art is a weapon. And I think images can be very powerful to raise awareness to certain issues. And I think if you look at my body of work, a lot of the images and projects I've done have raised a lot of awareness to very serious things. And that's why I've been reported so much in the press. It's not because I'm a great photographer. It's not because I'm a great explorer. It's because what I'm doing is poignant. It's timely. The narrative it's very something that we could all discuss. Let's say abandoned malls, how the consumers and landscape is changing. The Pitcher, Oklahoma, environmental kind of disasters. And just things like that. Abandoned Disney, to kind of pressure Disney to kind of do the right thing by cleaning up their mess. And by the way, they've already started.
I'm not quite sure that would have happened if my images of that didn't go viral. I mean, it sat there for decades and no one has done anything. So those are the things that I try to connect with my body of work, hoping that my images can hopefully change things for the better, even if it's a little bit, even if it's constructive dialogue, and we could change some of the things that we see and make our country better than it is sometimes, right? All right, let's see what else. Have you ever done rooftops? I don't know, like rooftoping, like I think that's a thing, right? That's like a rooftopper. I don't know. No, not really. I've gone up on rooftops. I never really felt compelling to share the images. I think there's some people out there that just specialize in that, and that's kind of like a little niche, little forte. Some people are rooftoppers, I guess they're called that, and they do it and they do it well. And but that's not me. I don't generally do that. If I'm going up on a rooftop, I'm in an abandoned place and I'm just checking it out, pretty much. What's that? You should. This one. All right, guys. Well, basically, where I'm off tomorrow is going to be an abandoned amusement park, one that you haven't seen anywhere else, and I think you're going to like it. I'm going to take some hopefully amazing photographs. I'm going to shoot some compelling video. I'm going to use the drone as I was showing earlier. And then I think I'm going to be off to Missouri after that. Then to finish up my abandoned mall book, which comes out in early 2019, I'm going to 3 more additional malls. And as of now, let me tell you, there is over 20 malls that cover several states and several cities. So it's pretty impressive. And these aren't dead malls. These aren't malls dying with just a few stores in it. These are truly abandoned malls. And I know there's some debate on that online, like who's been to the most abandoned malls? I'd venture to say that's going to be easily me. These aren't dead or dying malls. I know some of my closest friends do that for a living, and they're great at it. They go to dying malls and dead malls, and what they do is pristine, and it's great. And they do a little abandoned malls here and there to kind of pepper it in if they can, or if it calls for it, I suppose. But I always generally like to go to malls that are completely abandoned, have been abandoned for a very long time. And so that's kind of been my forte now for a long time. And so when the book comes out, you're going to see that. I might add one abandoned mall in there that's not technically fully abandoned yet, only because of how important it is to that particular community. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. But if I do, that will clearly be discussed there. Dad, so it's George Matthew says, Dad, how many people dislike you? It's because your work is too good. Yeah, you know, I think there's some competitive things in the marketing of urban exploring, right? Everyone has a camera now. Everyone wants to go explore. There's a little jealousy there. I'm sure there's people that you know, listen, there's people out there that do way better work than me. I mean, let's face it. And I think they're only jealous that it's like, oh, Seph Lawless gets attention. You know, he's in the news and this and that. But what I just talked about is why. You know, I'm not in the news because I'm the best explorer. I'm not in the news because I'm the best photographer. What I'm talking about is topical. That's why I'm in the news. That doesn't mean I'm better than you. That doesn't mean I have an ego. I don't. I love all of you explorers. There's some young explorers out there that I love. And hopefully I can meet them someday and we can explore together maybe. Cool. I totally support that. I love the exploring community, even though I never really thought of myself as part of that. You know, I never have. I don't call myself an urban explorer. I don't. I just call myself an explorer. I just like to explore stuff. That's it. I like to travel and explore stuff. I don't really like to put labels on things. I never have done that, and I try not to do that. Your last video of abandoned Walmart was amazing. I could feel it's really strange to say the energy, yada, yada. You enter these places. Yeah, it is weird when you enter those places, especially a place like that, because I've been there for so long. But the thing is, that one was here for a really long time. And again, it has an important kind of story attached. I waited to release that video until the 10th anniversary of the closure of that toxic Walmart. So I'd like to release videos that are timely in a sense. And so that's why I released it when I did. And hopefully, you know, if people have watched that video, you have to, there's open manhole covers. There's like explosive methane gas, cigarette butts, fireworks, spent fireworks all over the place. kids. It's not blocked off at all. The city could definitely do something, and we'll see what happens. I mean, there's really nothing else we could do. Someone said collaborating. I would love to collaborate with these different people that you're mentioning here and abroad. There's a lot of people that use the name Exploring This, Exploring That, that are really that do great stuff. I probably haven't seen half their stuff. I'm not really on YouTube a lot. I know a lot of explorers that are more fundamental into photos and stuff than I am on YouTube. Unfortunately, I'm not on YouTube a lot, like looking at abandoned places. I'm just not. I like YouTube as a great platform, but I just never really used it that much. And I think that's pretty evident when you look at my body of work. I didn't start doing videos till much later, and I'm known as a photographer, so the video component came much later. And so unfortunately, I don't really know a lot of explorers on the internet or I mean on YouTube very specifically, outside of a few that recently came in and met me, and they were really, really cool guys and really good. What break and enter? Do you ever break and enter? No, I never break and enter. I don't have to. And explorers will tell you this. I mean, most of the places are just wide open. You don't need to break and enter. There was one case where I was on the Greta Van Susteren show on Fox News. She writes me, says, "I love your stuff. I want you to come on my show." It's a show she had on Fox News, right? So I do the show, and about 72 hours after I do that show, it was live on TV. My lawyer calls me, Larry Zuckerman, and he said, "Listen, there's a warrant out for your arrest. They're pissed off you were in the mall, yada, yada." So I'm like, oh God. All right. So we go to the police station. We have a $500. We're going to play a misdemeanor trespassing charge. Big deal. We've done this before. Turns out the prosecutor was pissed. He goes, "We're upping the charge to breaking and entering." Well, I never broke and entered. They were just trying to make an example out of me. So I had to stay back with detectives in the room. My lawyer goes out and calls the prosecutor. He comes back like a half an hour later, and the prosecutor agreed to leave the charges just as what it is, a misdemeanor trespassing charge, and not breaking and entering, which would have been a felony. I would have had to spend the night in jail and been arraigned in the morning. And in the midst of that, the detectives are sitting with me going, "Oh man, we love your stuff, but parents are pissed that their kids are going into that mall, and they want to make an example out of you," kind of pretty much is what they said. And so I've had a lot of arrests over the years, and a lot of people don't know this, but there's been a lot of my projects that have been viral, and I get back home and I think I'm good and I'm safe. And sure enough, that's not the case. In 2016, I did a Lincoln Mall. I did a live video on Facebook. One of my videos has the whole conversation between the detective and me, the actual phone call where he says he saw me on Facebook Live, people got pissed, the city got pissed, the mayor, and he issued a warrant for my arrest. We handled that out of state. That's a pain. And the detective recently just reached out to me and wanted a signed copy of this book. And I haven't sent it to him yet because I actually want to fly out there in person and give it to him. I'm going to sign it to him and give it to the actual detective that issued a warrant for my arrest. That shows you how kind of messed up this genre is of exploring. Did you tell the prosecutor to promote love, peace, and positivity? George, that's funny because here's the funny part, kind of the sad part. In the Randall Park case, where it was almost going to be a felony, but it was a misdemeanor, guess what happened? I ended up going to court. My lawyer, we beat the charges, right? They agreed to dismiss the charges, but on the contingency of this is where it's really messed up. They still wanted the money for the court costs, but since they threw out the case, they had to justify me giving them money. So you know what they said to do? They said, "We'll dismiss the charges, but now you have to make $1,000 donation to the city," which is really messed up because that actually went to the court that handled that, and it didn't even actually go to the city where the mall sits that actually could have used it. And then I just felt bad. I'm like, then I feel like a rich guy just getting off and justice wasn't served. Like, at least let me do my time and don't make me feel like I paid off the charge. But nonetheless, I really didn't have any, say in it. I was waiting outside. My lawyer, Larry Zuckerman, comes out at the closed meeting with the judge and the prosecutor, just said, "Hey, yo, sign this, let's go." And I was just kind of it. So I didn't really have a say. It left a real bad taste in my mouth. Honestly, if I had a chance to do it again, I would have just been, I'll pay it, F you. I don't like that. I just feel like that's not really justice. That's kind of like a real elitist thing to do in our justice system, which I'm against. And if that ever happens again, I won't do it. Are you a full-time explorer photographer right now? Do you adopt? Okay. Well, yeah. This is what I do. Make a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot of money, but I make money from books. I get advances for these books. They go up every title that I get, so I make a pretty good amount on these, and then a percentage of each one of these sold. I also get paid. A lot of people don't know this. I get paid to speak at conventions. Private conventions, corporate events, colleges. I spoke at Temple University in Philly not long ago, another college out in Kansas. I spoke at the LA Convention Center. I probably made more money in public speaking fees this year than probably books. Yeah. And, endorsements sometimes on Instagram, I'll get paid things. I don't really like to do that. I don't want my Instagram becoming like a commercial. So I don't generally do stuff like that. I usually make my money in licensing my images to album covers, magazine, the press, books, public speaking, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, that's kind of the bulk of where I make. But I can make a living doing it, which is great. Okay. Do you sell locations? You know what, George? I won't sell locations. If you want a location and you really like a location with me, I'm not going to sell it. You can just ask me and I'll tell you. I think that's a little weird. Maybe some people do that. I don't. I know a lot of people want me to start doing little workshops and stuff to take them to places, but even that can get dicey. I might do that sometimes for fun, but I'm not going to do that for money. I'm not going to charge people to do that. If I do that, I'm just connecting with people that are interested in it and want to do it. All right. Will you tutor me in exploration? Can I be your intern? Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, there's times where I need an intern. It gets so crazy, running at the business of this, right? I mean, it's just so many things I'm doing constantly, which kind of sucks. To be honest, I could actually probably use some help every now and again. And I could probably use an intern to help me with some of this stuff just because it gets so overwhelming sometimes. Steven, do you have a ring on your girlfriend's finger yet? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. She's not here. She's going to be coming here soon. And she's probably, no, I don't want to be on a live video. Not be on a live video. I'll have her on like future live videos for sure. She's great. She comes with me sometimes to explore. Usually when I travel, she might not go to the actual place with me, but she definitely travels with me a lot of the time. And did I miss any of your questions here? I'm trying to see if I missed anything. If I did, really sorry if I did. Any other questions, feel free. I think I'm going to cut it short. Does your girl explore? I think is what you're trying to say. Sometimes with me, yeah. She likes to go to certain places, not all. There's some places that are just a little bit too creepy for her, and there's some places that are a little bit too gross for her that I go into, believe it or not. I'm going into some pretty weird places, toxic places. Things are falling down on you, pigeon poop all over the place. You got to worry about the hantavirus, which is like breathing in like, rat poop, which could really affect you. And there's all sorts of different things. So a lot of people don't like to go to these places. But like I said, most of the time. What else? Any other questions? I'm going to be signing off here soon. It was great. We got to go over a little bit of the equipment that I use. I answered hopefully a lot of your questions. I tried to answer as much as I possibly could. I'm getting hungry now. Hit my DMs, bro. Let's link and create Instagram my page. Send me a DM. I'm pretty good at answering DMs on Instagram. Not so much Facebook fan page messages or YouTube comments. I try to do my best to engage with you guys. I know a lot of people, you say that you're so good at, commenting my comment back, and it makes me feel like you're listening. I am. I appreciate you. I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so popular, I don't care what you have to say. And I try to do my best to get back to you guys. I think you all know that. And that could be a very tedious thing, and I'm not complaining because I'm so appreciative of all you guys, believe me. So it's good. Thanks again, Kay. It's always good seeing you. I do notice you. You're one of my top fans on Facebook, which is really cool. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please do. I do share on there more than any other platform, or my verified Twitter. Just look for that blue check mark. Instagram supposedly is going to be verifying my account soon too, so you can keep your eye out for that blue check mark there too if you're not following me on Instagram already. But that's at Seph Lawless, no spaces. There's a little space on the Twitter, Seph _ Lawless. Just look for that blue check mark on Twitter. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead right now. If you want to pick up my book, boom, Target.com, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, bookstores. You can request it if it's not there. Autopsy of America, my first one. And then Abandoned Amusement Parks, Abandoned, Hauntingly Beautiful, Abandoned Theme Parks all over the world. Both thick books, cheap, $20, I think. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You can get them from my site. I'll sign it for you for like $49. It's not much because then I have to ship it back out. So, it's a small charge there. Okay. Well, listen, send me, write my email, CS, send me over an email. My website. You can always contact me there as well. And let's get to talking. I love all you guys. Peace.